Good evening, world. We got a special. Look, I've just realised I put the same thing as you. That's pure coincidence. Look,
What?
Run Like Hella. You've got your name, Run
Oh
Like
yeah.
Hella. I've got my name, Run Like Hella. So I just totally realised that as we switched on. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the chaos that is our Monday night live stream. We've got a very special guest above me. She's up there, if you can see it. Emily's here.
What's up, guys? Happy to be here.
There we go. So as we get people tuning in, joining us slowly but surely, we will quickly run through what's going on in the chaos that is FORDY runs this week. We've got Super Blast 2 video coming for you on Thursday.
Oh yeah,
I've been waiting for it.
About that shoe.
We'll talk about that. I've got that written down. That's like my top question for you. But yeah, Super Blast 2, because these guys have been waiting for me to do it, but I've taken my time. So that's coming on Thursday. On tomorrow, I'm not really sure. And I am going to put out probably on Saturday, basically because of the way we publish videos, the Endorphin Elite 2 first impressions. So that's coming on Saturday because I've got a race on Sunday. I'm going to be racing in them here in London. Herm runs.
Yes.
Yeah, he's here on Sunday doing the Saucony 10K.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's a VIP.
Nice.
So, but yeah, so I'm doing that on Sunday, but I'm going to be running in the Endorphin Elite 2. And these guys, I put a thing out last week asking them if they wanted because I don't really like first run videos. I don't know about you. Do you like doing them?
Yeah. I used to do them, but I kind of got away from that because I noticed, I realized obviously over time that it's kind of hard to judge a shoe after like just one run in it. Yeah. So I kind of now it's like a third run impression rather than a first impression.
I'm with you. I asked these lot on the community tab whether they wanted it. Yeah. And they went, yeah, like 89% went, yeah. So I don't know if I run him. I've got 9 miles tomorrow, so I might do them. I might do it tomorrow. So, and that will come out Saturday. So anybody who's after the Endorphin Elite 2 video, that's probably going to be on Saturday after the Super Blast 2. Anyway, right. So there he is. Look, Alex Herms. He's coming to London. He's going to be rocking it out. Where are we? Oh, okay. More importantly than anything else, we've got a very special lady on the channel today, who I had the absolute pleasure of spending some time with in New York last year, and I'm not just because she's here, but it was one of the highlights. You're just an absolute legend.
Oh my god, it was the highlight of my trip to meet you.
We had a great time. I was
expecting it. It was so much fun. Not that I wasn't expecting to see you. Not that you wouldn't be great, because we knew you would be great.
There you go. But I would just tell everybody, if they didn't know, who smashed the PB out in New York? It wasn't me.
It was me.
I don't know how. Honestly, that course was just like brutal, and you went even more up in my estimation after you smashed that. So honestly, absolutely killed it. So if you didn't know who Emily is, Emily, just tell them. I mean, they should all be subscribed. They should all be following you, but just in case, throw it out there while we get some more in.
So I have my own YouTube channel called Run Like Hella, where I review shoes. And I also have an Instagram where I review running shoes and do a little more running content. But predominantly, sometimes it's gear, but mostly it's the shoes. That's the main focus. And I think I have about 22 or 23K subscribers right now. So if you're not subscribed and you're listening, please go and subscribe.
Yes. Make sure we get about 1 million people download this podcast every week.
Oh, amazing.
So we need all of them.
Yeah, exactly. Should have 1 million new subscribers the next time week.
And if you don't, just blame Thomas, because
I will.
Yeah. So make sure you get over there. But yeah, it's weird. I love my Monday live stream because you get the hardcore people tuning in.
Yeah, this is a fun time to do it too.
Exactly. Just to get hang out and stuff like that. And then you get to meet everyone. But then you're running a race or you're out. I listen to and then all of a sudden it's kind of awesome. So
I love that.
So what we're going to do tonight, we're going to grill Emily while we've got her on shoes. So I want you, if you're tuning in live, and I will remind you a bit, but I want you to get your questions in and you get your comments in. I'm going to ask you some questions now, but I want you to load up the chat. I'm just going to say good evening to everybody, because that's the easiest thing to do.
Yes.
Hi. And just get involved in there, and we'll work our way through, okay? So,
let's do it.
Okay, right. First things first. So, this is the first question. Genuine, you mentioned it. Super Blast 2.
What do I think of it?
Yeah, where are you at?
Okay, so I love the shoe. I loved I saw by your reaction to that, I feel like you're gonna have a different opinion.
No.
But
It was the expected answer
okay,
because
yeah.
I've not yet found anyone who doesn't like them.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I love it. I love the first one, to be fair, and I wasn't sure how they could have improved on it, but I think even though it's a slightly more heavy shoe for the 2, it doesn't even matter. The foam is better, the upper is better, the outsole is better. It's just a great shoe. I've been kind of calling it my summer shoe. It's what I've been grabbing. So
Yeah,
I
okay.
think it's one of my number 1 picks for the year so far, I'd say.
Okay, we like that. We like that a lot. Question: have you got? Someone just mentioned. Have you got the Brooks Hyperion Max 2 yet arrived?
I don't have it yet. I'm hoping to get it in the next week or 2, hopefully. But I'm very eager to try that one as well because it's been a while since I've reviewed a Brooks shoe, like a really long time, and I'm ready to be wowed. I'm ready to like, get my socks knocked off by a Brooks shoe.
I think you're gonna dig that.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I'm allowed. I don't know what I'm allowed to say, what I'm not allowed to say on the shoe at the moment. People know I've got it, but what I can show you, which I think is just the best colorway, because I've got these come in. And I wanted to show the guys, but this is the Hyperion 2. Look at the colorway.
Love that. That is a nice shoe.
This is not the Max. This is, look at it.
Yeah,
so this is another shoe that arrived, but I just think it. I mean, I always say I gave Brooks a hard time, but if you look at this shoe and compare the stuff that was coming out like 2 years ago,
I know that is like it looks like a different brand.
Yeah, I just think that looks. I can't take my eyes off that one.
No.
Actually, what have we got here? Oh, we did the. Have you tried the Magic Speed 4?
I have it back here somewhere.
What did you make of that?
I only rented it once so far. I liked it. I haven't really liked the Magic Speeds as a whole. I think this is probably the favorite one, like my favorite one that has ever come out of the Magic Speeds. But I found them to be like a little bit firm on the firm side in the past. Yeah. And this is maybe a little softer, but still kind of falls in that same.
You want soft. Yeah. Look at this. Look how soft these things are.
I know. I don't have that shoe, but I'm dying to get it. That's
going
to be.
Look, it.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It is so soft. I've never known a shoe that soft. Talking about
that's an email that I gotta send today. I need to get that shoe. I saw you had, and I was like, oh man, I gotta get that. That looks so nice.
I was just dead lucky. But yeah, I can't wait to race them. But yeah, I'm with you on the Magic Speed 4.
Yeah.
That's a firm ride. It will break in. It's Flight Foam Blast Plus.
Yeah.
But I think, I mean, I shouldn't really say it, but I think you prefer Hyperion Max 2.
I'm sure I will. I don't know. I just never I love Asics shoes. It's nothing about Asics, obviously, because I love the Super Blast. But the Speed and I just the Magic Speed never get along super well. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a firm ride. Actually, another Brooks shoe which I can't show because again, I'm not sure whether I can. It's the Ghost Max 2. That's another one.
I just saw a picture of that, like literally right before we got on the live. I was like, oh, that looks like an interesting ride. I didn't try the Ghost Max. I really do not try a lot of Brooks shoes, and
you wouldn't. You wouldn't normally.
I want to. Yeah.
No, look, they're the biggest. Apparently, they're still the biggest selling shoe in the US, right?
Yeah.
But nobody tries them and they all think they're for old people, whatever, or people just walking about. But this year, they're Hawkeye's wearing them. The guy from the Avengers, he's wearing them. So
yeah,
I'll take that. Yeah, all day long. The other one I wanted to know before I wanted to play a quiz with you, and then we'll get into the thing is. Have you got the New Balance Balos? Because I saw that that's dropping.
Yes, it's dropping. I don't have it yet. I feel bad. I don't have any of the shoes you're asking me about. But I will be getting that. Yeah, that's one of my top anticipated shoes. That has like everything I love about a shoe written all over it. So I'm pumped about.
That was a good segue because that was what I was going to ask you. I was going to say to you, what is the shoe you're most looking forward to? So that answers that.
That's definitely one of the shoes for sure.
Is that because it's a bit like the Super Blast or?
Yeah. So, I mean, I love, if you guys don't know anything about the kind of shoes I pretty much like more cushion, the better. I like a soft shoe. I like a really cushioned shoe. I'm not into firm, low stack shoes usually. So the Balos, if I'm saying it correctly.
I don't know. I'm just hoping you
take it's Balos. I'm pretty sure it's Balos. that sounds like a New Balance Super Blast to me, like that sort of thing. That's right up my alley. And I loved the 1080V, my God, 13, I think.
Yeah, 13.
Great shoe.
Superb.
Yeah, 13. That was one of my favorite shoes of last year. And I feel like this is going to feel like an elevated 1080. That's my impression of what it's going to feel like. I could be totally wrong, but
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you 100%. That's why I'm excited about it. I don't have it. That's why I was asking. I was going to get made. I
Yeah.
was getting FOMO.
I saw that Believe in the Run has it, and I was like,
that's why I asked you.
Yeah, I gotta get that. I know. I gotta get. I don't have a ton of like embargoed shoes right now. So I gotta get my inventory stacked a little bit. But that's one of the ones.
Yeah, it's a funny old one. There's some shoes. I still get very confused. That's why I'm not 100% sure what I can and can't show on here.
Yeah.
I never want to get in trouble.
No.
I'll tell you the last one on New Balance, and then we'll move on. It's the Propel version 5. I think we're on. We had that come in. Have you tried that one?
No, but
yeah. So you need a New Balance shipment.
Yeah, I need a New Balance shipment for sure. But the Propel have been kind of mixed about. I mean, I love that it's a more budget friendly shoe.
Yeah.
So I'm always happy to give those a try because the price of these shoes just go higher and higher and higher and higher. It feels like, so
that's the only thing, isn't it? The prices. That is the price. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you. Okay. Right. So we're going to dive into the questions in a minute, but I do want to play. It's not really a game. It's to get your opinion on some stuff.
All right.
And most of these are sort of the first one I thought about when I knew you was coming on. I wanted to ask you because I've been running a little bit in the Cloud Monster Hyper, and I don't have the Skyward X. Which out of those two do you prefer?
Out of the Skyward X, and which one?
Cloud Monster Hyper.
100%, 100% the Skyward X.
Oh, right. Your face is brilliant. It was like,
yeah.
No?
It is. I did not like the Cloud Monster Hyper. It was not for me at all. I felt like it was stiff. I felt like it was kind of firm. I'd much rather any day of the week. I'd much rather have a Cloud Surfer 6 or 7. Was it? I can't remember the numbers of these shoes ever. And then the Cloud Eclipse. I'd much rather run in those two shoes over the Hyper any day.
Okay. That's it. It was fun. I was at a 24-hour endurance event at the weekend. Our club took part in that, and it was amazing. I didn't do the 24 hours because I'm not an idiot. But the one guy was there. He was this hardcore guy, and he was like running with like sticks. And I think he went for the whole 24 hours, but he was in a pair of Skyward X.
Yeah, I mean, it can do it. I believe it.
Honestly, he was just a machine. He must have been like an army man or something. He was absolutely like ripped. But he was about 60 years old.
He was. Did you say he was on a it was
no,
an endurance on the road, or was it?
No, it was like a trail. It was like a.
The Skyward X.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. I just couldn't believe what I was.
That's really brave.
Yeah, he was like, honestly, and it was really wet. But he was in the Skyward X. Every time I went out, I saw him, and he was in them, and he had the sticks, and he was proper going for it. Like
I would not wear those on a trail. I feel like that would be guaranteed to break my ankle in that for sure. Especially these ankles rolling in and out of everywhere. Not for me. But I give him credit. That's incredible.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. That's what I was just like. Okay, next one, Rebel 4, because we like New Balance on this channel, but I also like the Max 6. Where are you on that? I like both of them, by the way.
Rebel 4 or the Max 6
from Hoka.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I think I actually did a comparison of these, and I think Rebel. I think I chose Rebel. I do those videos, and then I like run in them again, and I'm like, oh, but I really like this part of the shoe and this one, But I think definitely Rebel. It's lighter. It feels a little less stiff to run in, and it just goes better with my stride. So it's a fun shoe. Okay. It's a really fun shoe to run in.
Both good shoes, though. Just put that out. Yeah. Now, I was very jealous of the ladies' colorway and the Neo Vista from Mizuno. You ladies get all the best colorways, 100%.
Yeah.
If you had to, which would you run a half marathon in, the Neo Vista or the Saucony Speed 4?
Oh, the Saucony Speed 4. I had a lot of trouble with the Neo Vista. I was kind of
Okay.
sad about that. Yeah. The upper and I didn't get along really at all. I was getting rubbing and all kinds of problems
Really?
with it. Yeah. It's actually interesting. Like I just did a video on that shoe and they told me, well, I basically, voiced all my concerns with the upper and everything that happened to me. And they were like super responsive about it and said they're already fixing that for the next version of the shoes.
Really?
Yeah, so I
Oh.
appreciated that they reached out, because you never wanna, like, be too mean because you don't want, to
Yeah, no,
to
I
burn
get
a
it.
bridge, I suppose,
I,
and they were very nice about it, so I was like, "Okay, that's great. Love that
you know
about
what?
that."
They
Yeah.
need some kudos for that because I think
Yeah.
some brands, some brands. I mean, I'm the worst. I'll go strong.
Yeah, yeah,
And some
that's
brand
fair.
that's fine, but some brand, I always do try and be constructive unless I'm really upset about something.
Right. Right.
I will try and be. But fair play to Mizuno to come back
Right.
and give you that feedback. I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So, until they fix the upper, until it's a mesh upper, I don't really get along with too many knit uppers.
No.
I'm gonna go with Speed 4 on that one.
Yeah, I don't like those knit one
Yeah.
piece boot things.
No.
Okay,
Did you try
because
you did you like it?
yeah, I actually like the shoe. It's not
Okay, okay, good.
I prefer the Hyperion Max 2 from Brooks, if I'm honest,
Yeah.
and I think that for me, the Mizuno came at the wrong time
Mhm.
because basically I pretty much got them at the same time. So it's like it's just competing against it, and that's the thing that for me, I prefer the sort of slightly firmer ride of the Hyperion Max 2 because I prefer a slightly firmer ride mainly because of my
Okay.
calves and things like that.
Sure, yeah.
But the Mizuno's is mushy, but I think it's kind of cool as well. So I think it's a
Yeah.
little bit, but I'm with you. I don't really care much for one piece like knit booty upper things.
Just can't do it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the only reason. But it is still a fun shoe and I like it.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna do a follow up on it. But yeah, I'm with you. Okay, last one, but this is more of a question. The
Okay.
Noosa Try 16, right?
Mhm.
I buy a Noosa Try from ASICS every year, basically because I like the colors.
Yeah,
The
I
cut,
mean, beautiful.
yeah, the colors this year in your video, I didn't
Mhm.
really care for it.
Really?
No, but personal
Oh,
opinion. Don't
okay,
shoot me.
okay. No, yeah, that's
Um,
fine.
so what I wanted to know: do you think it's worth putting up with the color? Is it worth an upgrade? Is my point. Because I went out. My wife like killed me because I was wearing them to like the theater.
Yeah.
Um, So, but I always like to buy a pair for holiday. So, do you think I should, or am I right with the colorway that I've got in the 50? Is there much difference?
If you don't really like the colorway,
Mm.
probably not. But
Okay.
I'll say that with the asterisk that I have never tried a Noosa Try before this.
Okay.
This is my first one. So I think
Right.
it's good, but I can't imagine that it feels too much different than the previous one.
Okay. All right.
I don't
That's
think
made my mind.
yeah,
Unless,
it wasn't anything that wowed me. It felt nice. I
Mhm.
enjoyed the ride. It's pretty basic shoe and it was
Yep.
comfortable, but I think you could spend your money on something else, 40.
Like what? What do you suggest that I
Um,
don't have?
well, you probably have everything, but I mean, you have shoes I don't have, so I don't
I
know,
know.
but
Which is yeah. Okay. Yeah. All
yeah,
right.
I'm looking around my room like, what should
So I
be
tell you what, then, if I
yeah.
could give you $200
Mhm.
next time I see you, what would you go
Okay.
and anything, or let's give you 250?
250.
What would you go and spend that on? And it could be anything
Does it
from
have to
like
be
now.
can it be out yet or can it be unreleased? Like, what are
No,
we
anything you want. 250, it's yours. What are you gonna spend it on?
wow, I'd probably spend it on, like, the Endorphin Elite 2,
Really?
if we're talking shoes. I
So
mean, I
so this upsets you if you see this.
it does. I feel sad. I feel jealous,
I just
sad,
can't get over
envy.
how soft it is. Honestly, look,
Oh my
it's
god.
like look, it just flexes.
Is it too soft? Like, is it unstable? Or
No,
you
it's
can't change
just
that?
such a weird experience. And until you put it on, it's so hard to explain. I don't know how I'm going to explain it in the video.
Okay.
Um, I've only done one run in them, and then as I said, I want to get more in there. So I'll probably went for the 9 miler tomorrow. But
Hmm.
it's just something really odd about it, but in a good way. And
Okay.
you would think on paper it would be really, really unstable, but for some
Yeah.
strange reason it's not. I don't know. I can't work it
Well,
out, but
that's what I'm worried about because you're talking about how soft it is, and I
really
do tend
soft.
to overpronate, and I'm just worried my
Oh,
ankles are gonna be caving in this shoe. Yeah, that's what it's
yeah.
gonna look like.
But the plate, I mean, again, I only done 3 miles in it, right? So,
Yeah.
but the plate did iron some of it out.
Okay. Well, that's
So,
good to know.
but it is really, really
Yeah, but
soft.
it's really soft.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Anyway, okay, right. So look, they've been waiting patiently. There's about a
Yeah,
million
yeah.
questions in here,
Oh,
and
man.
if you are joining us live, I want to get your questions. We're going to smash through these. We're going to crush them. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So everybody who said hello and everybody who said good evening, we're just going to say hello and good evening to all of you. Thank you for
Hello.
coming.
Good evening.
Mick, this is a bit. Mick said like when Thomas was on, because Thomas had only literally he was going, I don't know, whitewater rafting or something. He said,
Yes,
"Paul,
I listened to that this morning. Sounded
yeah,
like he was having a grand old time over there.
yeah." But Mick said the same thing. You'll be here for 45 minutes. Guess what we was?
That's
Uh,
fine.
okay,
I'm ready.
right. I'm just going to scroll through. Oh, Emily, from Gary
Oh,
Howland.
okay,
3
okay.
shoes for a marathon rotation. Go.
Okay. I'm trying to think. All right, so this is how I would do it. And I am going to say that the marathon shoe, the shoe that you race in, I have to go with what I race New York in. And
Yeah,
that's the
smashed it.
Super Comp, the SC Trainer V2. Love that shoe. Absolutely nothing wrong with it for me. So, going to recommend that. Then for your everyday daily training, like easier, longer runs, I'd go 1080 V13. I know I'm still in the New Balance family
Nice,
here.
all good.
But that's kind of where I've been leaning. And then for a tempo day shoe, I mean, you could use the SE Trainer, but for an extra shoe, I'm gonna go with. Let's go with the speed is too similar. Hold on, let me think about this. I know you said to do it quick.
That's right.
Uh,
You're good.
let's go with the. Ooh, let's go with CLOX1 maybe. That's
Oh,
kind of
that's out there. You
that
like
is
that?
kind of out there for a tempo day shoe because it's I think the heaviest shoe I just mentioned. But yeah, I'd say CLOX1 or even the Vaporfly kind of for my tempo day stuff. So I
I can
usually use
see you.
the rain
Yeah,
shoe.
I can
Yeah,
see you where you with softness and things like that. I get it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
get it. I get that a lot. Actually, on the SC Elite, I don't even know what version we're on now. Like
Oh my god,
15.
please, I don't even know. Yeah.
Um, Weirdly, I've been using that for sort of or have been for all these new ones, right? But like
Yes.
for goal pace work and workouts.
Yes, that's another one. I actually totally forgot about that shoe. I'm glad you brought it up. I love that shoe. And
Mm.
I think maybe I raced in it when I first got it, but ever since I haven't used it for a single race. It's just been all tempo day. So I'm going
Yeah,
to change
yeah.
my answer and say, let's just go another New Balance and do SC Elite, the newest one, whatever number
It's
that is.
it's a funny thing, right? That shoe. It
Mm-hmm.
on paper it looks like a marathon shoe, right? Whatever.
Yeah.
But actually, as a sort of, as you say, tempo or like a slightly longer goal pace workout, anything
Mm-hmm.
like that, it's really good. All right, it's
Oh, it's an
extremely
amazing
expensive.
shoe.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's expensive, but honestly, if you have the money, I know it's a
yeah,
lot, but I think
yeah,
it's worth it if you got the cash.
yeah. I'm with you 100 days, all
Yeah.
day long. Right, so you're getting a lot of love in the comments, so that's
Thank
great.
you. Love you all.
Matt Nash. Matt usually gives us like a super awesome question, but I think he's just rocking out because he ran a sub 25K.
Damn, good
And
job.
And he was wearing his half tights and he tagged me in it. So it's the first time he wore his half tights. So good for you, mate. Well done.
Hell yeah.
Good for you. Hi, Emily. Wisconsin is sending you some insane
Yeah,
humidity.
you are.
Oh, wow, man. That's is it what is it where is it warm where you are at the moment?
Oh, yeah. It is, I think, like 90 degrees today. By the time I started running, it was like 85. The humidity
Shit.
feels like it's like 300%. I only ran 3 miles, so it's okay, but it was hot. It's definitely hot out.
This is going to
It's
be a
cold and
hard
hot.
question.
Oh, man.
If you could have 3
Oh.
shoes from the Adidas range, how do you find Adidas shoes?
I don't I don't really get along with them too well.
Hmm.
So this is gonna be a tough question.
I would just say none of them and then
Well,
refer
yeah.
back to your other answer.
Yeah, but what I will tell you that there is one shoe I liked, and I have to look
Oh,
up the name of it. I did try it really recently. Oh, the Supernova Rise. That wasn't too bad.
okay. Okay.
So that one, and then not the Prime X. I can't give you 3, I can give you 2. Not the Prime X, but the Pro,
The Pro
the
3.
regular Pro 3. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't try the 3. I think it was the 2. I like the 2. So
Okay.
Supernova Rise and the Pro 2.
Supernova
They're
Rise is a good shout, actually.
Yeah.
Underestimated shoe. Dream Strike Plus.
Actually, Adidas range, I'll go with the Samba because I rock those to work every day. I know it's not a running shoe,
Hero.
but
Good for
there you go.
you.
There you go.
Honestly, sometimes they're the best shoes, mate.
I'm telling
I
you.
was wearing a pair of Cumulus 25s to work
Yeah.
through the whole winter. GTX was like, they must have
Oh my
like a
God.
million miles on. They're still going. Brilliant.
So comfortable.
This is nice with Victor. Best one on YouTube. There
Oh,
you
thank
go.
you so much. I appreciate it.
Have you ever done a park run? I know there's not many in the US.
I have not, but I'd love to.
You should when you come over next. We're doing one.
Yes, let's do it.
Are you got any plans to come over again? I know you was here
I
sort of last
I
year, Europe.
don't right now, but hopefully we'll see how life goes. But I hope to get there soon because I absolutely had a blast when I was over last summer.
Super stuff. Dave is loving this Super Blast 2.
Oh my God.
Tom is asking, what's your all-time favorite shoe in your whole career? Go.
Whole career. Okay, I have 2. First
Oh,
one is the OG Clifton, the very first Hoka Clifton ever. Best shoe, got me into running shoes and their technology. And then the other one is the Supercom Trainer V2. I know that's my answer for all these questions, but it's just my absolute favorite shoe of all time.
there you go. There you go.
Yeah.
She told you straight. James, hi Chris. All right. So this James, right?
All right.
He discovered the podcast and now he's listening to like 3 years worth and he's
Oh my
trying to
gosh.
and he's 5 weeks. We've done like nearly 300 shows. He's 5 weeks into listening to all the podcasts. So he's like all the way back, but he's
That's incredible.
this one. It's it's like what's the in the Marvel, you know, where there's like 2 timelines. So he's listened to this live, but he's like in the past as well. It's weird. He's run all his runs in his Clifton 9 wide fit. Can you recommend a better shoe for long runs? I think both Emily and I can recommend just go buy the Super Blast 2.
Yes, I think that's where we should go with that.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm surprised they haven't come out yet with the Clifton 10.
I am patiently waiting for that. I'm ready. I'm ready for the new Clifton. Usually it's around this time. I feel like it's usually in the summer.
Yeah, it's funny. I got an email from Hoka today, but that was about the Clifton 9 new colorways. I was like, really?
Oh,
I was expecting a Clifton 10 email, but
I know. Let's go.
Okay. What's this? What shoe are you talking about, David? On the calves. What are better on the calves than the previous model? Don't know. Maybe I missed it. It's probably me. This could be boring. More serious question. I never got to try the first Super Blast, so I have no frame of reference. How can I ASICs justify? Okay, now to be honest, it's a serious question, and actually, it's a valid question. So, what do you think in terms of because it's retailing here for £200? What's it retailing in the US for? $200 or?
Yeah, $200, I believe. Yeah.
So, what's your opinion on the sort of justification for ASICs to charge that sort of money, if there is one?
Yeah, I mean, it is hard to justify, but I think where they come from with it is that they're using their most premium racing foam that they have, like their highest tier, and you're getting a whole bunch of it under your foot, quite more than you're getting in their racing shoes. So I think that's why it can be justified, but I do think it is a little bit steep.
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that. I think I think you're spot on in terms of the premium sort of foams and things like that. Also, I think with the Super Plus, I have to give it credit because my friend Simon, he's had 2 pairs and both of them got 500 miles in them.
Oh yeah, well that too. It's super. It's like a tank, that shoe. It lasts a hell of a long time, and it's really versatile. Like you can do a lot of different kinds of runs with it. So that's another reason why. Yeah,
you buy you can buy the Super Blast, right? And you can do it. I'm not just saying this. You can literally do everything in them.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, it will do all sorts of paces. It can, if you want to do a marathon, ultra marathon, it can easily soak that up. It can do everything. So there's no ever justification for that sort of money for a pair of shoes, right? But in fairness to them, Emily's bang on in terms of the premium stuff. And from my side, I would say that the fact that they last that long, I think is also
it's definitely both of those things for sure.
Yeah. Okay. HF Prepper, is there an Adios 9 coming soon? I'll be able to tell you. I don't. I'll know on Friday, but I don't know whether I'll be able to tell you. And let's. Do you know, Emily?
I have no clue. I'm out of touch with the Adidas line of shoes.
Yeah. But I say I'll find out on Friday. FORDY, is that why you haven't assembled an IKEA shoe rack yet? I have one. It's in the garage. It's so big.
Here's a nice IKEA shoe rack or something of the sort.
Mine's the same. It's in the garage, but it's massive. It's like takes the whole thing up, and it won't come in here. I mean, it's bad enough. I've got you can't see them, but I'm literally surrounded.
Below is a sea of shoes, so don't worry.
We're very lucky. Very lucky indeed.
Very.
Okay. Someone's saying it's very odd to walk in the sky with X. Okay.
Yes. I mean, you do have to walk sometimes. That is true.
Oh, that's a good from Alex. So hurricane. Have you had that yet?
No, but I have not tried that one, but I've tried other hurricanes and I've actually liked them. So
I think you might like that.
Yeah.
Because
I'm excited for that.
High stack PB foam, although it's not PB foam, it's the stuff that's in the Triumph, which is whatever.
It's like a stability Triumph, right?
Yeah, you've got like that frame around it. It's super easy to run in it. It's not like light or anything like that, but it's it's another one that to soak up miles.
Right.
If you want a bit of mild stability, I think it's a smooth shoe. It's something you don't have to worry about. You just lace up and.
If Herm Runs likes it, if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. So
that's what I'm saying to you.
I got to get my hands on it.
He's a legend. Okay, right. What's this? Normally catch the podcast, but I've come on with a question. Oh, any tips for beating the sick with nerves feeling? It wrecked my half marathon last week. Last mile was awful. Never struggled before. How are you with like races and stuff like that in terms of nerves?
I used to be really bad with this, and it ruined my 2021 Chicago Marathon. Like I was doomed before I even got to the start line because of how nervous I was. Mm-hmm. So when I did my next 2 marathons, one local and then New York, I just went with the mentality like, listen, we're supposed to be enjoying ourselves out there. This is supposed to be for fun. Like this isn't our job unless it is your job, but the majority of us, it's not really our job. So go out there and have fun and take in the surroundings and don't be so worried about what your time is going to end up being and how that might be disappointing or not disappointing. It's not worth ruining the experience before you even get started.
I couldn't agree more. And I have to say, when I saw you in New York, you was just like buzzing. You had the best time ever.
That was my number one goal. Besides all the PR and stuff, my number one goal was to have fun there.
Yeah, and it came through. I mean, it was just, you could see it. And I would 100% agree with that. Take the pressure for running times. Yeah. Don't even think about it. Go there with the plan that you're going to smile for the first 3 miles.
Exactly.
And that's it.
A good idea.
Just smile for the first 3 miles. Everybody says anything, just smile at them. It's that sort of, every time you go for a kilometer or a mile, it bleeps your watch, smile. Just remember to do that. And honestly, just listen to some music and just remember, choose life, people. Honestly, seriously, you've got to go for it.
I agree.
Okay, well, this is a good one. Oh, we nearly made through the questions. I have missed a lot, just, Nigel. Hey guys, can you recommend the best stable super shoe for an overpronator? Now, this is a question that comes up a lot.
I know. I'm looking through. I'm trying to think of the most stable one. I'm looking through what I've recently. Well, what would you say?
I would say, but I would say the Kinvara Pro from Saucony. Now, that's not a super shoe per se.
Not a super shoe. It could be used in a race.
Yes, I just know someone who's ran Manchester in them, Manchester Marathon. I think that is an underestimated shoe for anybody who has stability needs.
Sure, definitely.
And is looking for something it's got 3/4 plate in it. It's got some of the foams that you like in it.
It's pretty legit.
And I think that, and I still go back to the SC Elite V4.
Yeah, I think that's the most recent one that I can think of that was fairly stable. I mean, I have a lot of problems with overpronation, so I've overpronated in every shoe. That's kind of like one of those racers. Probably the SC Elite, and then another one that I was surprised about stability. Not exactly a racer, but we kind of already just talked about it. The Cielo X1. I actually didn't have trouble with stability in that shoe, and I was shocked about that because I thought I was going to have a big problem. And then I even think this Alpha Fly, while it's not stable, is more stable than the
The other
other
ones.
Alpha Flies that I've
Yeah,
tried. Yeah,
I
so
agree.
I would give it to them for that as well.
Okay. Somebody's asked you actually about the Cello, Hello, what it was called. Did you run the race in it, or is it a super? Did you run a race in, or is it a super trainer for you?
For the Cielo, it's more of a super trainer, and I
Okay.
haven't run a race in it, but I think that's just because of the timing. Like I just haven't run a race since then, but I'd give it a shot. I think it could. I honestly think it could perform.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's a good chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you recommend the Super Blast 2 comparatively to other daily trainers such as the SL2 and Rebel 4? Me, no, but what do you think?
No, they're not comparative at all. I think the Super Blast is way more max cushion, and the Rebel is pretty bare bones. And the SL2, I have not tried,
Okay.
but
That's good.
I think it's pretty bare bones as well, right? It's pretty
Yeah.
low to the ground, aggressive, more towards that. Yeah, not really
Yeah.
comparative.
I think you've got shoes that are almost. I know why you've asked the question, and I'll come on to why. You've got shoes that are at opposite ends of the scale. You've got that
Mhm.
up tempo daily trainers in the Rebels and the SL2, but also from a price point, both of those shoes you can get for under £100 over here in the UK. And then
Okay.
you've got the Super Blast, which is your sort of, as you said, max stack, 45 millimeters, premium sort of super shoe foam in it, which is there for, I don't want to box it up too much, but basically marathon training is its specialty. If it was like
Yes, for
if it
sure.
had to go on a game show, that's what it would choose as its specialty subject. So you've got them wide, but I know what you're saying because you're probably thinking, well, I'm hearing all this hype about the Super Blast 2. I want to buy a new
Yeah.
running shoe, but also hearing hype about the SL2 and the Rebel 4 is like amazing. So what do I do here? I would say it depends what you're doing in terms of your running. If you are maybe training for a marathon, half marathon, maybe Super Blast 2 all day long. It will do everything for you.
Yes.
If you're just
100%.
enjoying your running, having fun, loving life, the SL2 Rebel 4 over here in the UK, £100 and less, it's going to do you just fine. Treadmill, great. And I think
Yeah.
that's probably where it's at
Yeah.
on those.
I agree. I agree.
Um, yeah. Anything to add?
No, I agree. I think the Rebel's a great shoe. I don't think it's a marathon shoe. So if you're looking for something for a longer distance, maybe not the best choice. But yeah, for everyday running, just kind of you can run
Yeah.
a 5K, have and maybe up to half
Easy.
marathon in it. Yeah.
Yeah, easy. Okay. Well, this is the last question from
All
these
right.
guys, and I'm going to ask you, and then
Okay. I'm
then
ready.
you can check out Go Work. Um, from Gary, what's your
Oh man.
favorite shoe so far? It's a tough one. That's why I left it to
I
the
know it is.
end. What's your favorite shoe? I'll let you have two.
Okay. Okay, so my one of my favorite shoes that we've been talking about this whole freaking time is the Super Blast 2. That's definitely one of them. And then my other one might be the CLOX1. I
Okay.
think it might be. That was one of my favorites. And then the SC, I know you only said 2. So I'll
Behave
stop.
yourself. Yeah,
I know. I'll
no,
stop.
no,
I'll stop. I'll keep it at
that's
2.
cool. That's cool
Yeah.
because I'm not a fan. I wasn't a fan of that Hoka. I got it, but
No, you
I
didn't
didn't.
like it. Yeah.
I did. It was. It's in that sort of realm of these kind of super shoes, but too heavy to be a super shoe.
Yeah.
And for me, it was just like, what's the point? If you're going to
I
do a super
understand.
shoe Hoka, like they can do it because they do it so well with some of their other like Rocket X2 and things like that. They do
Oh,
it
love Rock
properly.
X2.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you're not. You're trying to play with the big boys. Asics just smashed you out the water with a 7 something ounce, whatever 200-gram shoe, less than
Yeah.
that. You need to, come with us with that. You probably can. But
Mhm.
if you want to go like super trainer, they do super trainer, but don't
Yeah.
sit in the middle at like, you know, nearly 300 grams or whatever it is. That was the problem for me.
I understand where you're coming from. For me, it's just a fun shoe. I run in it and I have fun, and that's
That's what it matters.
honestly right now, that's the era that I'm in my running, so
And
that's what
that brings me again. It's like she's a professional here. It's amazing. So that brings me on to close out the show.
yes.
Where are you at in your running? What are you working towards? Do you have a plan for the end of the year? Are you doing anything? Where are you at?
For the first time in a really long time, I have a wide open schedule. I don't
Right.
have really much of anything going on in
Mhm,
terms of
mhm.
races and marathons. I think this year I'm going to take a break from marathoning and do maybe some more like local shorter races, maybe a half marathon in the fall. But I'm chilling and I'm having fun doing it. And I'm also focusing a lot on like strength training as well, which I neglected for the first 10 years of my running career.
Yeah,
So
ever.
yeah, ever. So I'm trying to get more into that. And while I do miss the marathon training, because right now it'd be like amping up for like a New York kind of thing,
Yeah.
it's been nice to have a break. So
Yeah, you know, there's something in there. A friend of mine who I run a lot with, Simon, he
mhm.
ran Chicago last year, and then he just was like, I'm taking, instead of doing the spring marathon like we've done for every year after year,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, it's quite interesting. You know, he took it off and he's come back and he's Berlin training. He's so refreshed. He's like
Yeah.
smashing it at the moment. And I think honestly, that's so cool to see. I think sometimes, you know, it does you the world of good.
Yeah, I
Spend
get
so
so
much.
wrapped up in training schedules and it gets so bogged down and I love that stuff, but at the same time I wanted to just have a year where I just run like because I feel like it, because I want to, you
Yeah,
know? So
yeah.
that's
No,
yeah.
I respect that, and I think there's a lot to that. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
I'm like you. I do like the training cycle, so to speak, or being in the
Yeah,
block. But at
sure.
the same time, I think you know, it is kind of nice to have. Would be nice to get off the sort of, I
Yeah.
don't know, the fairground ride and you know, chill out for a bit and have some fun.
For
So
sure.
I have to say the whole message that I've heard from you the whole way through, and it's so nice to hear, is fun.
Yeah.
That you're focused in on that, and I think that's if anybody can take a message away from tonight, apart from like the fact that we both love the Super Last Two,
Yeah.
is to enjoy your running and have some fun with it all. There's so much seriousness, there's so much hate out there, so much negativity of
I mean, yeah, I haven't always been this way. Like, I don't want everyone to think like, oh, she's, like I've had my fair share of competitive years and like only caring about the time and only caring about the race. But I don't know. I'm just in a different kind of mindset right now. And I feel very zen.
It's
Feels
because you
very,
smashed New York. You were like, drop the mic, see you later. Everybody else is
I'm like,
struggling
that's
at mile
it.
60.
I'm never
Yeah,
running again. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm out.
No. Yeah. I'm
Brilliant.
hanging up my
Absolutely
shoes.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Right. So again, let's remind everybody, if they haven't already subscribed, remember, 1,000,000 downloads. Tell them all where to go, subscribe, and where to follow, please.
Yeah, so go to my YouTube channel, Run Like Heller, and
Mhm.
subscribe there. And then my Instagram is also at Run Like Heller. So go follow me there. And then I think my Strava, if anybody cares about that, is Emily_Heller. So
Get over it. What's your actually before you go? What's your
yeah,
opinion on that? On the because I like to have my Strava so everybody can, because I don't care, but
yeah.
everybody can see and what I'm doing and stuff like that. Are you the same on that sort of thing?
Oh yeah, I don't care about that.
No.
I'm not trying to hide some secret special
No.
plan that I'm doing. I do hide my
Well,
routes just for like
yes,
safety
I do
purposes.
as well.
But I do not care at
Yeah.
all what anybody sees me doing. So
No, we're in the
problem
same camp. That's
there.
why
Yeah.
I love it so much. Okay, brilliant stuff. Thank you very much. I'm back on Friday. I've got no idea what we're talking about on the show. I probably should check. But Friday show, we are back live. Last week we did a pre-record, that's why I mentioned it. So the team are back on Friday, but again, I've got no idea who's on. And then I'm back on Monday, and we'll be just sort of taking apart I'll just show you again just to make more FOMO. The Endorphin Elite 2 from the race that I'm doing on Sunday. So we've got
Rub
that.
it
Yeah, rub it in. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Emily. Make sure you subscribe.
in.
Make sure you do everything, all that sort of stuff. And we shall see you next week or on Friday. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.